Everyone to our virtual event here from Mercedes-Benz of Seattle. I'm Harley. I'm the owner of Peace Vans here in Seattle, Washington. Kind of ground zero for the coronavirus. We're not going to talk about that much during this segment, but we are going to talk about it a little bit. So we're winging it here. It's been a really crazy couple weeks here in the Pacific Northwest, as I'm sure it is for all of you in your homes. What we're trying to do here is just bring a bit of little light, levity information about our Metris project and the rest of our businesses in a virtual, safe, and speaking of safe, we are 6 feet distant. The Peace Vans team is moving to work from home, effective immediately, except for essential employees who need to still be repairing vehicles that people need, doctors, nurses, etc. So that's what we're doing. I just put on some hand sanitizer that I made at my home with some aloe, some rubbing alcohol, and a little bit of orange essential oil. It's really drying on my skin, but that's okay. We're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about the Mercedes Metris. So again, we're going to keep it light. To the agenda for today, I'm going to talk about an overview of who we are, what we do. I'm going to talk about this Metris camper van here. We're going to do a walk through of the van. We're going to talk about, the rental program and what that looks like. We're going to answer questions interactively throughout the presentation, which will run about 20 minutes. And then we're going to do a bunch of giveaways. And I think, are there people logged in? All right, let's just start it off on a great note. Let's do a giveaway right now. What do we want to give away? How about right here, one of our Silly Pints, a wonderful company out of Oregon that makes these very flexible, completely inert cups. I would imagine you could wash them and the whole coronavirus thing won't stay in there. They doesn't change the way your wine tastes or anything like that. Did I say flexible yet? Dishwasher safe. We put these in our rentals, they're super fun. So we're gonna give one of these away right now to, how are we doing giveaways? Just randomly selecting someone?
Now, can someone name one of our rental vans? Does anyone know a name of our rental van?
Yeah, just chime in on Facebook or Instagram if you know
Go ahead
them.
and put it in the comments.
Put it in the comments, a name of one of our rental vans, and you can win this Silly Pine. Okay, well, we'll just wait and see, and we'll hold off. We'll announce the winner as it comes through.
Yep.
So we're going to do more giveaways, so stay tuned. So let's dive right into the day's agenda. First of all, who we are as Peace Vans, as many of you know, we operate 5 businesses. We have the largest VW camper van repair and restoration shop in the U.S., focused mostly on Volkswagen Vanagons. We have a rental business. We own 20 vehicles that we own and rent, and you can go on great trips on those, although right now we're not letting anyone go anywhere because public safety comes first. You need to sort of, if your state says shelter in place, you need to be doing that. If the state says don't work from home, work from home, you need to work from home. You basically need to I hate to say it, and I hope no kids are watching, you need to fucking stay home. We're gonna stay home after this. Like, this is real, and we need to sort of take care of each other. We also rent gear, and then we build these modern Mercedes camper vans. And that's really what we're gonna focus on today, walking you through what's in these vans and what awesomeness they are. So I'm gonna put my Silly Pint down. Since this is live and we're totally winging this, we've never done it, I'm gonna do it quick. Is everything working?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Great. Oh my God, the internet hasn't crashed yet, thankfully. Okay, so what I have here is a Mercedes Metris. So we're going to start with a little bit of background. What is the Metris, and is it a Sprinter? So Mercedes has 2 commercial vehicles. The Sprinter, which many of you may know, they're these giant big things. We're at a Mercedes dealership. There's none in the camera view, but they're all over the place. And then Mercedes has a little sister called the Metris, and that's what this is. We have been working for, it's been almost 4 years. I can't believe it's been that long, trying to bring this modern camper van to market. And we've had amazing success over the last 2 years, selling them in market for about 18 months. And then, as many of you know, we announced a big partnership with Mercedes back in February to really bring a lot of these to market. So what we have here is what we call the full camper edition. So we basically do 3 things to the Metris van. We'll take a van and we'll just put a pop top on it. You just want a pop top on your van, a cargo van or a passenger van. Those are the 2 configurations of vans. And we'll put a pop top on it, and you can leave it as a cargo van, you can leave it as a passenger van, whatever it is you want to do. Oh, a pop top. What's a pop top? Right up there. Or you can do what's called the full camper build, and that's what's right here. We're going to spend most of today focusing on the full camper and all the features of that. There's also the Weekender, and that's the product we announced with Mercedes, which is a scaled down version of this. It's just the pop top, the special rear seat that folds into a bed, the little swivel seats, and a few other bells and whistles. All of this information is online at peacevansmodern.com, so you can sort of log in there and learn more about all that. You can reach out to us. We're online, even with what's going on in the world, to answer these questions. And we'll talk a little bit more as we close up today about the supply chain and delivery and what the future looks like of this project. Of course, that's all predicated on the future of the world. But we'll not sort of lump all that together. So I'm going to talk to you about the camper van. Right here, this is actually a van we built for a customer, and it's on display here at Mercedes-Benz of Seattle. And so I'm going to go through some of the key features here. So this started life as a cargo van. We cut the windows out, and we installed windows, a fixed glass window, an operable window in there, and then we build all this crazy stuff. And let's start on the outside. Let's talk about the pop-up. So many of you might know the Volkswagen camper vans. This pop-up is almost identical in functionality. In feature set, it's kind of different. First of all, you'll notice there's a lot more room in back. You'll also notice kind of the lines of it are a little bit different. And you'll notice that there's 3 windows in the tent, not an original Volkswagen feature at all. And you see sort of plastic there. We're not going to move the cameras around too much, but there are 2 screen windows up there. And there's actually also 2 people can sleep up there. When we go inside the van, we'll talk about that a little bit. So let's, can we get one of the cameras mobile?
Yep.
And we're gonna, so you guys can't see Sam, but she's behind the camera. And she's gonna come with me.
Hi.
There's Sam. Okay, I'm gonna get my hand sanitizer out of the way here. It's on my daughter's shoes. So come on inside. So here we got some awesome stuff in the full piece. I'm going to show you a few key features. People always ask, what's this? Oh, I think it's actually called a tambour. But it kind of rolls up. And this space is actually specifically designed to hold a little chemical porta potty, which we can get for you at retail. It's not something we really supply, but it's designed for that. There's a little 2-burner stove, and I'll show you how this works with a little propane with disposable bottles. There's my phone charging, and we'll talk about how that's happening. There's a little sink, and that drains right to the ground. There's about 16 liters of fresh water, and I'll show you that. There's a refrigerator, and there's water. It's important to stay hydrated. Excuse me one second. Oh, it's cold. Good. So it's a 39-liter refrigerator, little freezer compartment, closes, some other little features in here. Here's a little pump for the sink faucet. Over here is a little control center for the full camper. You've got a little light, a little dim, and I don't know if that's showing up on camera or not. So you can a little task lighting there. You've got a little battery monitor. So the van has 2 batteries, one for starting the vehicle, obviously, and a second battery, which is under the driver's seat. And that powers the lights, the USB outlets, the fridge, the sink pump, a bunch of other little things. And that battery charges a couple different ways. I'll just talk about the ways it charges right now. So the battery charges while you're driving via the alternator. And then on the back of the van, there's 2 little ports I'll show you in a minute to plug in for 110 power if you're at a campground, or if you're at home and you want to charge the second battery before you leave, or to plug in a solar panel too. And we'll talk about rooftop solar versus rear of the van solar in a minute. And then there's also this. So this is where you monitor that battery from. It's a little Victron charge controller, state of charge unit, and this. Also has Bluetooth connectivity, so you can hook this up to your phone and get real-time data on your second battery, how many amps it's drawing, how many amps are going in, if you're charging it, etc. This van also has a heater. I'm not going to turn it on because it's an unseasonably warm day in Seattle. I'm already sweating from being on camera. The heater actually ties into the fuel tank. So it burns very little fuel, warms up the van super quick, burns very clean, exhausts safely outside of the van. But we also do include CO2 detector, smoke detector, and a fire extinguisher, just some basic safety features. The van also comes with a full set of curtains, and we just love these curtains because these are hand sewn by a woman named Rebecca who we reached out to. And they're really, it's hard to see on camera, but they feel like hand sewn. They're lovely curtains, and there's a full set of them. There's even one that wraps around the front that matches perfectly. So we also have the van sleeps for both in the weekender and the camper configuration. Obviously, the camper version, the bed is a little more narrow. So I'm going to show you the beds. So to make the bed, you just flip this up, flip this guy over, flip this guy, and voila. You've got a bed down here, super comfy. And the second bed is up here, and what's up here? Hey, wait, what are you doing up here? Come on down.
I'm studying, Dad. Don't you know that we're being homeschooled now?
Oh no, okay, so this is my daughter Eden. We're homeschooling today, as we're been doing for a while, and we're gonna do for a while in the future. Don't worry, immediately after this video shoot, we're going home and we're locking down. So Eden, what's your favorite thing about a camper van?
Well, probably my favorite thing is that you can take it anywhere through any weather, and you'll always be comfortable unless you're unprepared. And unprepared means that you don't bring any food.
Right.
Because it comes with everything except for food and a toilet. But that's okay because those things. And
where's some of the favorite places you've gone in your van?
Oh, that's hard. Definitely. I love to go to. I don't know what this campground's called, but it's got little. It's a really beautiful campground. Then also
Fort Flagler.
Yeah, Fort Flagler,
Yeah.
and there's also another one with these lumps in the trees. That's really interesting.
Right. Yeah, that's right near Kalaloch on the coast.
Yeah, and then also, of course, the farm.
Yeah, the farm, Aurora Farms on San Juan
Yeah,
Island.
that
So
one is
you were just up in the bed up in the Metris. Was it comfortable?
Oh, it was super comfortable. The one thing that would make it comfortable is if it's
Yeah.
plastic.
So that plastic is just on there. It's like kind of just to preserve the mattress because it's brand new.
Awesome.
The first thing we do when we give the van over to you, we take the mattress out of that plastic. But you're right, it's probably a little hot and sticky up there with that. Were the vented windows nice? There was a little breeze even though we're inside. Yeah, and was there plenty of room? I noticed you were
there
almost
was
like,
definitely.
you seemed really comfortable up there.
Yeah, there's also something I want to say about.
Yeah, well, Sam just put the camera up there. You can see all the room up there, but look at this. As soon as this goes up, all of a sudden you and I have a ton of room down here.
And then I can stand instead of have to duck.
Right, we could cook a meal here, we could hang out here. Why don't you lay down on that bed and show everyone how big it is?
So I am an average size 10-year-old. So this is definitely, it may even be bigger than my bed at home. It is.
Are you saying we don't give you a big bed at home?
No, I'm saying that this is a big bed.
Okay, yeah.
I'm advertising this, not de-advertising my bed.
Okay. So, that was just a regular cough, wasn't a viral cough. So people always ask about this little closet door, and that's
I don't even know how to open it.
Yeah, we're gonna leave that actually. You got a couple of USB outlets here, 12 volt, couple little more drawers there. And then Eden's gonna show us how easy it is to climb back up in the pop top. So you just bring it down.
There's many ways you can, if you're tall, you can literally just grab, but I just wasn't sitting around. But I don't want to just take it out and just pull myself up.
Great, and then just go back to your homeschooling. What subject are you on right now?
I'm not sharp because I don't care anymore right now.
Okay, all right, well, thank you very much, Eden. And then to make this bed, you just sort of lift the back up. And one other thing I'll point out on this seat, there's 3 3-point seat belts, and there's 2 latch connections for car seats. You know, the manufacturer, you can get 3 seats on this seat, but it is a little tight back here, I'll tell you. We find 5 in the van is kind of tight. As you see here, both front seats swivel around, tons of fun. There's actually a table that goes in here too. I'm not going to take the whole table out because I'm not taking a lot of time, but basically there's a little leg, and this goes in here, kind of screws in there. Let me just undo that. And then there's a table that stores on the back of the seat that goes in there, and then you got a little table to hang out and work with, and then close the drawer back up. And then super convenient, and the table actually will pivot outside the van too. You can play cards. Let's see, a couple other features. You'll notice this device here is charging. You just see. Oh yeah, Eden's teachers are saying, where is she? She didn't log in this morning. No, I'm just kidding. There's USBs in the pop top, powered off the second battery, super convenient. And then this rear seat, one thing I'll show you, I'm not going to do it, but the seat actually moves into 3 locations. So you can actually move the seat all the way forward to get a ton of cargo room in the back. This is as far back as it goes. So if you want your dogs here, they can hang out and chill here. And I think, I got a couple other drawers, but this is mostly the key features. Let me look at my agenda here. Oh, it's time for a giveaway. Okay, what are we going to give away now? How about?
What about a hat?
All right. Peace Fans hat, right here. We'll send this out to you. Little break in the action for giveaway. What's the question?
What's your favorite campground in Washington?
Okay, so if you're following the live stream, and stay tuned to the very end because we are going to give a 2-night free rental in this away at the end of the live stream. We're going to collect everyone who's logged in and just do a random drawing from that. So if you're homeschooling like we are and you got to log out, you'll still be entered into that drawing. Don't worry about a thing. Okay, so just comment your favorite campground in Washington State, and you will get this hat in the mail. Okay, so that was giveaway number 2. Thank you guys all for joining, by the way. I can't, again, like I said 1,000 times, we're winging this. We're just trying to make the best of the situation, and I really appreciate those of you that took the time to log in. Let's just take one more minute and look at the back of the van. So a couple things back here I'll bring your attention to. Number 1, okay, so let's just competitively. There are other people building Metris vans, and they're wonderful companies. Like we love them, we know many of them, we support them, they support us, but we all have different takes. And one of the things that really differentiates us is the level of finished trim and finished quality at the end of the product. You can see things like the integrated curtain rail here, the use of the OEM trim panels back here that are very hard to come by, and it definitely adds to the finished cost. But there's no question your van looks perfect OEM quality when you pick it up. And I dare say that's probably one of the reasons why Mercedes chose to partner with us, was just that attention to detail, quality, and finished build, just finesse and je ne sais quoi, I guess. So a couple things back here. There's a couple more storage parts back here. This little guy flips up, so if you need to store something tall. Oh, here's the table. So the table stores on the back of the seat. These are recessed legs, so if you're at the campground, the table can actually be freestanding as well as screw into that leg I showed you. This is actually the thing, okay, there's one thing about the Metris I don't love, and it's not even like don't love, it's just the inelegance of the water solution. It just kind of hangs out there. It's a small container. It's really not designed to, wash a ton of dishes. But this is the best place to put it, so that's where it is, and that's what it is. The upside is that it's super convenient to fill and to access, so no real tricks to get to it. One of the things we always get asked for is, what about a shower? So a couple things we recommend. One, we recommend a product called Rinse Kit. It's like a standalone pressurized water container, super convenient. We could definitely integrate something into some of this space, but what we find is it's just one more water component that could break, and water stuff is generally frail. So we've chosen, at least in this iteration of the product, to keep that shower solution outside. I have seen in Europe, so when someone has a shower that fits behind this rear panel, and there's a tent that goes around it, so we're looking at importing that and bringing that in. I mean, that would be like, it'd be like a giant rain shower. I think it's pretty cool, I think. And then finally, in the back of the van, two more things. A little bit of, this is where the propane and the heater is. And then back here is a rear little hitch plate, you'll notice. Notice this one's a little bent out of shape, but not quite sure what happened there. But what we have here is, right now the van is plugged in to 110 shore power. And that just keeps the van charged, the battery charged, and everything working. There's also a solar connection, a typical SAE solar hookup there. We get asked all the time, can you put solar on top of my car? And we can do that, but to be honest, what we find with the size of the battery and the high output alternator that's in the battery, you really don't need the solar while you're driving. And then this way, with the panel can go in the sun while you're camping. So one of the things we found in the Volkswagen world and our experience there is with a small battery, if you're boondocking like dry camping, your van's got to be in the sun if you want to charge that battery with solar if your solar's on your roof. Whereas if you've got a panel, stay right there, hang on a second. You get a little solar panel. This is from one of our European suppliers. You get a 25-foot cable, and then you just kind of like open this up, and you just put your panel in the sun, wherever you are. Like over here, well now it's in the shade, but, so it's kind of a super convenient way to get solar when you're dry camping or boondocking. Is that 5 minutes left? 2 minutes left? About 5 minutes left, all right. So that's pretty much the tour de force of the van. I think I've covered off on most of the key features. I actually drive with this down because it's a little easier to see, so I'll put this back down, even though we're not going to drive away. Oh, let's talk about the awning and some of the other additional features we can do for the Metris. So this van, actually, we built this van with a Fiamma F45S awning. A lot of engineering to get this awning and these brackets and this drip rail to work with this top. And you can see my daughter's feet up there. She's so comfortable up there, she doesn't even know she's missing being out on a live broadcast. So awning, this is a phenomenal awning. It's kind of the gold standard for awnings, and like I said, a lot of engineering work, a lot of R&D to get this to work. Comes out, it's 8 feet long, comes out about 6 feet, so you get a really nice 8x6. Eden, what's 8x6? Okay, now 48. We get about 48 square feet of additional rain or sun coverage. We can also lift the van. Okay, keep studying. You can also lift the vans 1.5 inches. This van doesn't have that lift. And with the 1.5 inch lift, you can get a bigger tire on it. We can do roof racks on the vans. This van doesn't have it, but it's easy for us to do. And we can also upgrade the head unit. The Mercedes stock head unit in the Metris is kind of subpar. It's the one thing about the van, the van itself I don't love. So we can upgrade that to a 7-inch Kenwood head unit as well. So that's the Metris camper. I'm going to take 1 minute and talk about the Weekender, which is what we announced with Mercedes and going to be available for purchase at every dealer nationwide sometime in the summer. It's been pushed out a little bit, and they haven't given us a final date, but we have material on hand. We're ready to start building them. The vans are in Charleston, where the factory is. So that will probably roll out sometime this summer. But that van is basically a passenger van, dual slider doors, none of this fancy cabinetry in there, just the wide seat and the pop top and the swivel seats and a few other bells and whistles like auxiliary power. We can do the awning, we can do the lift kit. There's also a pull-out kitchen in the rear if you want. All that information on our website. So which brings me to the question of the Mercedes Metris. Well, how do I buy one? What if I really want to get out of town and my portfolio isn't down like 40% and I have a lot of disposable income, I want to buy one of these? Well, there's a couple ways. So if you look on our website, peacevansmodern.com, there's a section on how to buy. It's a little confusing right now, but basically if you want a full camper, you gotta buy direct from us. Now our partners here at Mercedes-Benz of Seattle and the Swickard Group, who have been fantastic partners to work with, I strongly recommend you, think about them for your future buying decisions. They actually have ordered 25 of these units to hold in their inventory. So we're actively selling those vans, and those are going to be available for pickup from here in Seattle sometime in the June timeframe. We've sold, I think, 7 out of the 25, and they're still selling despite the chaos and, as my daughter likes to say, the global pandemonium that's happening. We're still selling those, so if you want one of these, you may want to think about that. If you want one of the weekenders, they're a little tough to come by right now. We have a few left in inventory. Otherwise, you're probably going to have to wait until this summer when Mercedes opens up that floodgate and they have vans available for purchase. But definitely call us and work with us because we can probably squeeze a few of those in as well. And we get asked all the time, well, what if I want to bring my own van? I found something in the used market. We can support that. The challenge with that is our bandwidth. We're not going to be offering services on used vans until probably the fall time frame. And even those slots are starting to fill up. And to buy, we can walk you through the process, but it is generally 2 transactions. You buy a van from these guys, and you buy the conversion from us. Although those finished goods that they're making, you can make one purchase and finance the bulk of that, which is a huge win for you guys, the customers. So we're gonna do our last giveaway right now. A t-shirt. Look at this, you guys. A Peace Fans t-shirt. And what is the question for this giveaway?
Can you name the different ways we convert our Mercedes Metris?
Okay, so we convert a Metris 3. There's 3 options. If you can name all 3 of those options, you can win this t-shirt. And if you can't name them, you can quickly go to our website and look at the 3 options and then
On our homepage
and figure that out. So Sam and Jess are monitoring that, so I'm going to fold this back up.
We already got a winner.
Got a winner. All right. Congratulations. Thank you, guys. Okay, so we're going to wrap up. We got about 2 more minutes. My colleague Keith Donaldson, the infamous Keith Donaldson, was going to come down and say hi and show his face, but I don't see him. He is who you'd work with at the dealer here at Mercedes-Benz in Seattle. He's up there somewhere. So I do want to talk about renting, because a lot of people want to rent these vans. It's a great way to try it before you buy it. Right now, our whole rental thing is a bit on hold, as you can imagine. We have a ton of summer reservations. Thank you all for not canceling yet. We are optimistic come May, June, business as usual. At least camping is going to get back, to normal. We're kind of taking it week by week right now. So if you're interested in renting and maybe your European vacation was canceled, there are still slots open and you can make a reservation. We've changed our cancellation policy to make it a lot easier for you to make a reservation, ensure you have something on the books while not sort of losing all your money if July rolls around and shit's still hitting the fan. So you feel free to look on the Peace Fans rental website for that. I also do want to talk about the rest of our businesses. As I said, our repair shop is open for essential work. You all, if you're a Volkswagen campervan customer, feel free to call us and we can fit you in. We are slowly starting to see parts dry up from that, but we're lucky in that we have a lot of inventory of parts. So we should be good for another 30 to 45 days on that business before our sister suppliers open up again, like Go Westy in California that had to shelter in place. So that's kind of my talk. Oh my God, where'd the time go? Thank you guys. We are going to take did we get any questions?
We got a couple questions.
Okay.
Our first question is, how long does a weekender conversion take?
Okay, so how long does a weekender conversion take? So it actually takes us only about 7 business days to do all the work, but the backlog is pretty far right now. So right now we have 3 weekenders left in our inventory available for purchase. And there's 2 people in conversations around them, so there might only be 1. We can probably grab a few more, but we're telling people mid-June to pick those up. Come summer, when this Mercedes partnership really gets traction and the floodgates open up, those will probably start shipping to customers We were talking early summer, and I'm not a Mercedes spokesperson, so I'm reluctant to say, but my gut says those are going to be like late summer, early fall right now, where you'll be able to like order from your local dealer in the late spring and pick up in the late summer.
All right, next
question.
How can we keep a van cool enough in a Metris camper in summer? We live in Arizona.
Yes. Great question, super challenging, and unfortunately, I think if you're going to be doing a lot of summer camping in hot climates like that, there's no air conditioning solution. The battery is just simply too small for the Metris, for air conditioning. There are new products coming online that we haven't looked at, 12-volt little air cooler systems. If you look on Amazon for 12-volt AC, you might find a few. Again, we haven't tested any of those. Those will work with our battery system, but I just don't know how much cooling effect they'll offer.
Next question is there lighting in the pop top?
So what we've done, great question, is there lighting in the pop top? What we've done is, so we have 4 USB outlets in the pop top. We've decided not to lock you into the lighting we wanted and just put USB outlets up there, and you can go buy task lighting anywhere you want, like on Amazon or your local retailer. There's some great suppliers that have really cool USB powered lights, and that way you can get the lighting you want where you want. So we decided to just maximize flexibility there.
Okay, we're gonna do two more
questions.
One for me and one from Jess. Will there be an all-wheel drive version?
Oh my God, I hope so. Okay, so again, I'm not a Mercedes spokesperson. I'm not, so they have it in Europe. And the rumors are that with the traction we're seeing in the marketplace and the momentum behind the camper products, everyone knows like all-wheel drive would be a home run. So we're hoping 2 years max. Again, like I have no idea whether that will come. So we do have a company in Germany that will convert it to 4-wheel drive with front and rear lockers. It's a great company, Eaglehouse. Super expensive project. I don't even like to talk about the price because it's completely unattainable, but you can email us offline and learn more about that. But we are optimistic, 2 more model years. I do want to say, lift the van, put a snow tire on it, and it's fantastic. I took Eden skiing a couple of weeks ago. I mean, it handled like a dream. Jess took it out to Jackson Hole a couple of weeks ago, and through snow, it does really well. So. Not going to get you to 100% of the places you want to go, but we feel like 92 to 93%.
Last question is, what are the price ranges for a converted vehicle?
Great. So price ranges. So finished, when you think about a finished good, we like to think a weekender, you're going to be at around 70,000. And honestly, a full camper with kind of the features you're going to want, you're going to be in the low 90s. The vans range anywhere from 37 to 42. 43, even 44, some of the passengers, how they're configured. And we tend to order them all pre-configured. And then our price is relatively fixed too. So I wish it were cheaper. But I honestly feel like there's tremendous value in there. I'm just a little like, God, I wish we could bring the price down a little bit. But unfortunately, it's just still they're expensive products. With that said, the van drives impeccably. It's worth every penny. Okay, so there's a bunch more questions. We'll follow up with those offline. I want to close in one more. We're going to grab everyone who's logged in throughout the entire broadcast. We're going to do a giveaway for a 2-night free rental in a van almost identical to this. We'll contact the winner and announce it on social media. But I just want to take a minute and say it's been a really hard couple weeks. As a small business owner, I've watched our neighbor shop be down 90%, laying people off. We're fortunate enough, we have a good backlog of work. We're able to keep our team employed and offer sick time. But our favorite restaurants are closing, our favorite bars are closing. Our organizations are really struggling. We had a wine party with our neighbors last night where we just sat on the other side of the street from them. And we just tried to come together, and that's what this was just an opportunity to do. Just really get in front of you in a live broadcast format, connect. I wish I could see all your faces. It's definitely a hard time, but we're eternal optimists here at Peace Van, just kind of baked into our name. We We feel really good sitting at ground zero in Seattle. It's a little scary for sure. And I wish I could snap my fingers and make it go away. And I have a small child, and I don't know what to tell her at night sometimes. But I think we're all going to pull together, and we're going to get through this. And we're going to be stronger for it, better for it. And if you're a forward-thinking person, you're going to have a camper van ready for you when it's all over. Thank you all very much. Really appreciate it. Everyone go self-isolate, get to stay in your homes, be safe. I'm going to do one more hand sanitizer, and we're